मरा एतबार बरईं कसमें नीस्त का एजद गवा अस्त यजदा यकीस Aurangzeb, I have no trust in your oaths anymore. You have written that God is one and He is witness between us. औरंगजेब ने कुरान शरीफ की कसम खाई थी कि अगर गुरु साहेब आनंदपुर साहिब का किला खाली कर दें तो उनके ऊपर हमला नहीं किया जाएगा। बातचीत से प्रोसेस का जो मुद्दा है उसका समाधान किया जाएगा। बट जैसे ही गुरु गोविंद सिंह जी ने वो किला खाली किया तो एकदम से मुगल फौजों ने गुरु गोविंद सिंह जी के ऊपर हमला बोल दिया और उन्होंने अपनी सारी कस्में तोड़ दी। कै माँ बारगाहे हजरत आयम सुमा वज़ा रोज़े बासिद शाहद सुमा। When I meet you in the court of your Lord, you will appear as a witness there and answer all the crimes committed by you. By the Guru's grace, we are going to start Coordination Compound Part 2 by Amrik Singh, PGT Chemistry. Today's portion we are going to discuss bonding in coordination compound. There are basically here three theories. First theory is Werner coordination theory, second theory is valence bond theory, and third theory is crystal field theory. Two other theories are also there which are not in our syllabus. First one is ligand field theory and other one is the molecular orbital theory. Now let us discuss the Werner coordination theory of coordination compound. Werner in 1898 pronounced his theory of coordination compound. The main postulates are: in coordination compound, metal shows two types of linkages or valencies, primary valence and secondary valence. Primary valence are normally ionizable and satisfied by negative ions. The secondary valence are non-ionizable. These are satisfied by neutral molecules or negative ion, that is by ligands. And primary valency we have it read in the second point. These are satisfied by the negative ion. These are the counter ions. Primary valency, in short, I can say it represent the oxidation state of the central metal, and the secondary valency correspond to the coordination number of central metal. The secondary valence equal to coordination number and is fixed for a metal. The ions groups bound by the secondary linkage to the metal have characteristic spatial arrangements corresponding to different coordination numbers. In short, we can say the secondary valency give the shape to coordination compound. In summarization, we can say that according to Werner, metal have two types of valencies: primary valence and secondary valencies. Primary valence oxidation state, secondary valence is coordination number. Primary valence represented by dotted line, secondary valence by solid lines. Primary valence metal trying to satisfy both these valencies, primary as well as secondary valence. Primary satisfied by the negative ions, that is counter ion, and secondary is satisfied by the ligands. Okay, the secondary valency, it is the secondary valency which give the shape to coordination compound. Not one. Werner, he further postulated that octahedral, tetrahedral and square planar geometrical shapes are more common in coordination compounds of transition metals. Thus, CONS3 6 3 positive, COCl NH3 5 2 positive, and COCl2 NH3 4 positive are octahedral entities, while NiCO4 and PtCl4 2 negative are tetrahedral and square planar respectively. Werner won the Nobel Prize in 1913 for his work on linkage of atoms and the coordination theory. Now, limitations. Werner theory could not answer the basic question like why only certain element possesses the remarkable property of forming coordination compound, why the bonds in coordination compound have directional properties, why the coordination compound have characteristic magnetic and optical properties. These were some limitations of Werner coordination theory. Now, if one theory fails, another theory comes, that is new theory valence bond theory. According to this theory, the metal atom and ion under the influence of ligand can use its n-1d ns-np or ns-np-nd orbitals for hybridization to yield a set of equivalent orbitals of definite geometry such as octahedral, tetrahedral, square planar, and so on. These hybrid orbitals are allowed to overlap with ligand orbital that can donate electron pair for bonding. In short, we can say the work of the metal makes available vacant orbitals. These vacant orbital hybridize, and the many types of hybridization they can form will be shown in the table below. The hybridized orbital, empty hybridized orbital of metal combine with the filled orbital of ligand, and a coordinate bond is formed between the metal and ligand. These are the some types of hybridizations: sp3 dsp2 sp3 d2 sp3 sp3 d2. You know these all these by the knowledge of +1 class. Note, it is usually possible to predict the geometry of a complex from the knowledge of its magnetic behavior on the basis of valence bond theory. We should know the magnetic behavior if we want to predict the shape. Okay. Now, bonding in complexes based on valence bond theory. Bonding, first of all, we are going to discuss CONS3 6 3 positive. The hybridization scheme is shown in diagram. We will have the animation soon. In the formation of this complex, since the inner d orbital 3d orbital is used in hybridization, in complex CONS3 is 6 3 positive is called inner orbital or low spin or paired complex. Let's see the animation. If we are drawing any shape on the base of valence bond theory, we will have 3 points. First, orbitals of central metal, that is here is CO3 positive. Second one is hybridization scheme, and third one is the formation of coordination compound. These are the orbitals of cobalt 3 positive, 3d, 4s, 4p, and 4d. These are the electronic configuration for CO3, that is d6. Now, hybridization scheme, what will be the hybridization scheme here? Two opportunities are there, that otherwise one option is that outer d orbital used if weak field ligand is there, and other option is that inner d orbital may be used if strong field is there. Here strong field ligand is ns3, therefore inner d orbital are used, and the hybridization is d2 sp3 hybridization, d2 sp3 hybridization as shown in the animation, and the complex is formed. Here 6 electron pair are donated by 6 ns3 molecules. It's all about the shape. Now let's have the bonding of COF6 3 negative. In the previous case ns3 was the strong field ligand. Here ion is same CO, but here the ligand is weak field fluorine. In this case again 3 points. Orbital structure of cobalt 3 positive will remain same as in the previous case, and the hybridization here no pairing of electron. Here outer d orbital will be used. The hybridization will be sp3d2 because F is a weak ligand, F negative is a weak ligand. Now is the formation of complex 6 electron pair by 6 F negative. Now here NiCl4, similarly the hybridization scheme, orbitals of and again 3 same point, and it is again shown Cl is a weak field ligand, and hybridization will be sp3 in this case, and complex will be formed as shown in the animation. Now the case of NiC and Cn is a strong field ligand. It will force the electron to pair up as shown animation. Hybridization will be DSP, should be DSP2. Here DSP3 is reflecting, but it is DSP2. Formation of complex is there. 4 electron pair from 4 F negative, 4 Cn negative ions. Limitation of valence bond. These were the some shapes, animations of the shapes based on valence bond theory. While valence bond theory to a larger extent explained the formation of structure and magnetic behavior of coordination compound, it suffers from the following shortcomings. It involves a number of assumptions. First, it involves many assumptions. It does not give the quantitative interpretation of magnetic data. No quantitative interpretation of magnetic data. Just tell it is dia or para. No, no quantitative. It does not explain the color exhibit color. It does not explain the color also. It does not give the quantitative interpretation of the thermodynamic or kinetic stability. It doesn't tell about the stability of coordination compound. No quantitative data. It does not make exact prediction regarding the tetrahedral or square planar structures of 4 coordination complexes. No difference between tetrahedral and square planar, which will form. It does not distinguish between weak field and strong field. No idea about strong field and weak field. Why particular ligand is strong, why particular is weak. Now there are some questions, some shapes in the NCERT book, and these are the given as a homework for the students. 7 questions of NCERT textbook. I have given the 4 animations of the shape. Based on those animations, student can solve these shapes, these 7 questions. Now new theory comes, crystal field theory. Crystal field theory is an electrostatic model which considers the metal ligand bond to be ionic, arising purely from electrostatic interaction between metal and ion, metal ion and the ligand. Ligand are treated as point charges in this case, in case of anions, and dipole in case of neutral molecules. The 5d orbital in an isolated gaseous metal atom ion have same energy, that they are degenerate. This degeneracy is maintained in a spherical symmetrical field of negative charges surround the central metal. However, when this negative field is due to the ligand in a complex, it comes asymmetrical and the degeneracy of d orbital is lifted. It result in the splitting of d orbitals. The pattern of splitting depend upon the nature of crystal fields. If let's have the nature of splitting in case of if the field is octahedral field, metal ligand, metal is surrounded by spherical field, now is octahedral field. Now let's have the animation, 5d orbital of metal, spherical field, degeneracy is lifted, and when octahedral field is there is splitting of d orbitals into T2g and Eg. 3 and 3 by 5 delta or 2 by 5 delta O. The whole difference between T2g and Eg is called crystal field stabilization. Let's have the animation for tetrahedral field shown, self-explanatory. Limitations of crystal field theory. It assumes that the ligand are point charges. It follows that anionic ligand should exert the largest splitting effect. The anionic ligands actually are found at the low end of the spectrochemical series. It does not take into account the covalent character of bonding between the ligand and the central metal. These are some of the weaknesses of crystal field theory which are explained by the ligand field theory and molecular orbit theory, which are beyond the scope of our study at this level. Now some NCERT exercise questions are there. What is the electrochemical series? Explain the difference between a weak field ligand and a strong field ligand. Spectrochemical series gives the arrangement of ligand in increasing order of crystal field splitting. Weak field ligand causes less crystal field splitting. They form high spin complexes. Example include chloride ion, fluoride ion. Strong field ligands cause greater crystal field splitting. They form low spin complexes. Example are cyanide ion, carbonyl ion. Spectrochemical series is shown below. Spectrochemical series actually the arrangement of the ligand in increasing order of their power. I negative, Br negative, SCN negative, Cl negative, F negative, OH negative, ONO negative, OH negative, NCS negative, CS3CN, NS3, PY, NO2 negative, CN negative, NO and CO. These are their increasing order of crystal field splitting. Now question number 2, what is the crystal field splitting energy? How does the magnitude of delta O decide the actual configuration of d orbitals in coordination anti-crystal field? Stabilization energy is the gain in energy achieved by the preferential filling up of orbital by electron. It is usually less than or equal to 0. When it is equal to 0, complex is unstable. The magnitude of CSFE depend upon the number and nature of the ligands and geometry of the complex. Consider octahedral D4 system, 3 electrons in the lower T2G level. Fourth electron will enter into higher EG level if delta O is less than pairing energy. Fourth electron will enter into the lower T2G level if delta O is greater than the pairing energy. Here P is the pairing energy. Let's have animation regarding this. We have T2G and EG, and it's delta O crystal field stabilization energy less than pairing energy, and we have 4 electrons, no doubt for the 3 electrons, but fourth electron blinking, thinking where to go. If CFSC is less than pairing energy, it will go in the EG level. Now for the next case, T2G EG, delta O CFC greater than pairing energy. Now 4 electrons same, no problem for the 3 electrons. Fourth one will strong field ligand is there. Fourth one blinking, thinking where to go, it pair up downward. Question number 3, draw the figure to show the splitting of d orbital in octahedral. We have already done this. Now the hexa aquo manganese second ion contain 5 unpaired electron, while the hexa cyano ion contain only 1 unpaired electron. Explain using crystal field theory. Answer is MnO, the two complexes are there given in point number. The both have the +2 oxidation state of manganese. Electronic configuration is in both cases same D5, but here in case of H2O it is a weak field ligand. Therefore pairing will not take place. 3 electron in T2G and 2 electron in EG. 5 unpaired electron are there, but Cn is a strong field ligand, therefore it causes the pairing. And here T2G is 5 and EG is no electron, and 1 unpaired electron is present here just. ऊंचे मंदर सुंदर नारी, राम नाम बिन बाजी मारी, मेरी जात कमीनी पात कमीनी, ऊंचा जन्म हमारा, तुम शरणागत रामा रामचंद कह रविदास चमारा. Guru Ravidas is saying that your places are lofty and your brides are beautiful, but without the Lord's name you shall lose the game entirely. My social status is low, my ancestry is low, and my life is rest. I have come to your sanctuary, O luminous Lord, my King, so says Ravidas, the shoemaker. Thanks for listening my lecture, and be safe, be at home. Thanks again for watching my lecture. Thanks.